Hey guys, it's Beaver. So I didn't really have time for a stream today, but I did want to talk about a couple little stories that I'm looking at. So this one, and I gotta say, I looked everywhere. I reached out to people that shared the post. Was not able to track down social media platforms for her. Was going to try to get more pictures. But I have two posts. This is the original post. Good day, Tina. She's a beloved supporter of the channel, and she's amazing. She sent this to me, and I tracked the post down, even on Twitter, different people, and I cannot get any other information on this girl. There's a tweet from the sheriff's office, and there's this original Facebook post, but I want to kick it out here, and I'm going to show y'all the tweet in just a second, but it says, her name is Linda Jones. She did not make it to school today. Last seen by her mother at 7:10 this morning, headed to her bus stop on Cocofton Road and Regent Avenue in Hampton. If anyone has any information, please call Hampton Police Department. And this is in Virginia, guys. If anyone has any information, please call Hampton Police Department at 757-727-6111. She is 5 feet 5 inches tall, and she has box braids, color red and burgundy. I'm going to read the number again. 757-727-6111. So I did come across this from Hampton, Virginia Police, their Twitter page. And I got to say, I was not able to track down the viral post that they're speaking about, unless it is the one from Facebook. I couldn't track down an Instagram, a Facebook, but she may have a different name. It may be private. It's a lot of reasons, but this was the only picture I could find. And Hampton, Virginia Police, they did put out this little release. It says, we are aware of a viral post on social media regarding a missing 16-year-old female, Linda Jones. To clarify, this case is currently being investigated as a runaway. There is no evidence of an abduction. Investigators are working to locate Jones and return her home safely. So here's my thing. I'm glad they came out and say this. You know, there's no imminent danger, potentially. You know, they're saying it's not an abduction. But she still needs to be found, whether she's a runaway or not. She's vulnerable. She's 16. Her mother sees her leave. She doesn't come back. End result's the same. She's got to be found. I was... you know, it's disheartening to me that there's not more information as far as just even a 30-second news clipping from a local, you know, report or local news station. Runaways or not, these are children. The world is on fire and they're vulnerable. Kids make bad decisions. I say it all the time. That doesn't mean that they don't deserve to be found. That doesn't mean that you go over it with a minimum of concern. I get the police are tapped. I get all of the things. I get all of these scenarios. But I will not be swayed. She needs to be found, whether she was abducted or she ran away. This case needs more attention. So, Linda Jones, 5 feet, 5 inches tall. She has box braids, red. Let's look at her picture one more time. So here's her picture one more time. It looks to be maybe a graduation picture, but she's 16. I mean, it just looks like a professional picture, probably for school. I'm not sure. Like I said, there's nothing about this baby. And it's sad. I have reached out, like I said, to the people who posted it and shared it. And I haven't heard anything back. If I do, I will let y'all know. So let's hop into this other story. The next. So this one is completely ridiculous. It's got the works. Child abuse, child endangerment, assault on strangers, trying to intervene and do the right thing, destruction of property. Crazy town. Absolutely. So it's super sad. This special needs child, unfortunately, his mother, it seems a bit deranged. And, yeah, she completely shows her ass in the middle of a convenience store, and onlookers trying to intervene, and then she just goes berserker mode. But thankfully, she got arrested, and the baby is now safe. I hate that the baby got put in DCS custody, but at the same time, you're going to see why he's probably a lot better off.
The video is extremely hard to watch. A 9-year-old boy with autism screams help inside a Des Moines Quick Trip Sunday as his mother picks him up by the arms and throws him face first on the ground.
Now, she looks at him, and that split second, you could almost see on her face. I'll show you. Like, she completely lost it. She completely lost it. She maybe tapped out. But listen, there's resources to everything. If you're having problems, if you have a special needs child, you don't know how to deal with it, then if you're not equipped, for one, there's resources. For two, there's always a better way to handle anything in life. You don't ever take out anything on a child. I don't care how difficult they're being. She's completely unself-aware. She didn't even have the decency to do this behind closed doors. She lost it. And I would fair to say that this kid has a terrible time at home. She probably hasn't had patience or common sense ever. So let's just finish watching, because it gets worse. Well, I mean, the child abuse is pretty awful, but she says, hold my beer. So
the child is screaming for his life. I'm like, unhand him. Like, let him go. Like, and I think I might have grabbed her or something to get her off of him.
Michael Lomax and his fiancée, Arkia Quinn, were inside the store and intervened when they heard the child's screams.
She had, threw him down and, smacked his face. And then that's when I, pretty much came in and I pushed her, get off of him. You don't do that to a child.
In this second video, you can see the woman try to leave and then turn around to punch Quinn in the back of the head.
She was screaming, yelling.
She picked the wrong one.
Around the store prior to our arrival. Once we were able to get her in custody and get things calmed down a little bit, what we learned was that prior to our arrival, she had actually assaulted her child twice.
Regine Morris is now charged with child endangerment and 2 counts of assault for putting her hands on Lomax and Quinn. The couple says they stayed with the boy until things finally calmed down.
When she was in the back of the police car, he was out playing with all the kids, and it was like you could see a whole different person. You seen the spirit just lift up. He was happy. He was enjoying himself. It was like he wasn't fearing anything anymore because she just wasn't there.
Police tell us the child is doing well and in the care of DHS.
So I do want to say a couple things. So it's not very often where you can see karma instantly work. She got what was coming to her. She treated this baby awful, should I say. And she turned around and she got the right one. I mean, and you can't just go around beating up your child. You can't go around beating up civilians or anybody. This is not your world. You just can't do what you want. What kind of example are you setting for your other children? And it's got a good ending, because the reality is this could have been way worse behind closed doors. She could have really lost it, and we could have had a teabag stout moment. And that's the harsh reality of this. So this is great. This is a good thing. The baby got out. I mean, it's bad that it happened, but it could have been a lot worse. I'm glad this was done in a public sphere. And, maybe, just maybe, this incident saved this child's life. So this is the last one I'm going to talk about in this one. And it happened in 2019. Shout out to AFC Podcast, DJ Just J. This is bad. They had the conviction and the sentencing. Just like AFC says, the least we can do is hear these children's stories, spread awareness, and stop this insanity. We need to make families important again. This is awful. This baby was only 2 years old, and he sustained a lifetime of trauma and then some to end in death. And I'm going to read through it once. I'm going to show you the video. It's just too much. It's just too much. But this baby went through it, and he lost his life because of it. So, like I said, we can at least tell his story. This whole piece of shit, Mackenzie Hellman, was charged along with the mother. So let's just take a read. A Christiansburg man who was accused of killing his girlfriend's 2-year-old son pled guilty on Monday to several charges. Mackenzie Hellman pleaded guilty to second-degree murder, child abuse, and neglect in the 2019 death of Stephen Meeks II. The guilty plea on Monday, July 26th, was not part of a plea deal, according to Montgomery County Commonwealth Attorney, who also says no charges are being dropped and there is no deal in place for a reduced sentence. Back in March, a jury convicted Hellman on sexually assaulting Meeks, as well as charges involving child pornography. The jury also recommended Hellman to serve 2 life sentences for his crimes. Hellman is due in court for the pre-sentencing on August 10th. Now, I'm going to go and let's go over here and I'm going to read you these. I'm going to read you these charges and show you the video. Let's see. Mackenzie Hellman, the boyfriend of Kayla Thomas, was in court Monday, March 15th for charges stemming from the death of Thomas' 2-year-old son, Stephen Meeks II. Hellman was indicted last January on 2 counts, including possessing, reproducing child pornography, as well as the abuse and murder of Meeks. He was sentenced to 2 life sentences plus 45 years for his role in sexual abuse of the 2-year-old. So, here are the charges as follows. I'm only going to read them once. And, let's just read and I'll give my opinion here in a second. Accessory before the fact of an object, sexual penetration of a child. Accessory before the fact of forcible sodomy of someone less than 13 years old. Accessory before the fact producing child pornography. Accessory before the fact for distribution of child pornography, possessing child pornography. So, everything this child, like, they acted out not only their fantasies, they collected money, they distributed these, like somebody paid money to see these things. Mother was completely on board with it. Now, they should equally go down the same. They should be thrown under the jail, pick the jail up, drop them on their heads. They should never see the light of day. Every time they breathe, I hope they think about the hell that is coming to them. And I hope they never get a moment's rest. And I'm not the judge and jury of salvation, but I would say these were good contestants for burning straight in hell. Mom, in my opinion, he trusted you the most. You know, like, I don't understand what happens to women. You know, like, it's like DNA, certain things are just men and women. Like, they're ingrained in us, they're part of us, right? What is wrong with these mothers? Money meant that much to you, his life, like, they used his body as an object, and they did things to this boy that you can't even imagine. You know, things you would see on a dark web. Things that should never exist in real life. But there's real evil, and it does exist. Kayla Thomas is set to stand trial on similar charges. She has almost the exact same charges. She just was not there when he actually died. That is the only difference. But she did all those things. And there was another child in the home. So, let's watch this video, and then I'm going to wrap this up. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and speak out against the evil in the world. We have to make families important again, and we have to stand out against this. We have to stand up and stand out. These kids don't have a choice or a say. This is evil. This is not low consciousness. This is not drug abuse. This is not mental illness. This is evil. But of course, they had to throw in the mental issues, you know. Everything is fine until the crime is committed. Oh, now that they have mental issues, you know, 70% of the world could be diagnosed with something. It's probably a lot higher. I just can't. I just can't. We just say, rest in peace, Stephen. And, my God, what is this world coming to? Come by here, Lord. Come by here.
2 life sentences plus 45 years for sexual crimes committed on a 2-year-old back in 2019. A jury recommended that sentence today after reaching a verdict in the trial of Mackenzie Hellman. WFXR News' Parker King was in the courtroom. He filed this report.
In Montgomery County's first jury trial since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, Mackenzie Kyle Hellman stood trial for sexual crimes committed on 2-year-old Stephen Meek II. A jury found Hellman guilty of all 5 counts presented today, which are possession of child pornography, as well as accessory before-the-fact crimes of production and distribution of child pornography, object sexual penetration, and sodomy by force involving a child under the age of 13, and the accused being over the age of 18. Witnesses involved current and former members of the Christiansburg Police Department, a doctor from the Virginia Department of Health, and a representative from the Virginia Department of Forensic Science, all of whom had direct involvement in the case back in 2019. The jury, after convicting Hellman of all 5 crimes, recommended a combined sentence of 2 life sentences plus an additional 45 years. Hellman is also charged with the abuse and murder of Meek. However, a trial date for those crimes has not been set yet. Local in Christiansburg, Parker King, WFXR News.
Investigators say Hellman's girlfriend, Kayla Thomas, Stephen Meek's mother, is the one who performed the sexual acts and produced the pornography. She faces similar charges.
Real quick, I just wanted to say that AFC's links will be in the description below. The video he just put out. Let me see. Yeah. I will link the video for Stephen. And so you can get more in detail information. I'll link the isolated video and the whole stream itself. It's 2 separate videos. He isolates the stories, which I think is great. Please go over there, show him some love. He's a huge advocate for kids, and I just respect the hell out of what he's doing and what he has been doing, and he works outside of his channel in advocacy for kids. So please go show him some love, and just if you want to know more information about this baby story and many others, just go check out AFC. Y'all have a good one.